Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my podcast. J-Fluencer here today. I have a really cool topic to talk about. Let's talk about being a hairstylist. So, I have a special guest today. Her name is Liz. I've known her for about, 8 years now? About that number?
About 8, yeah.
Okay. So, let's tell the folks how you got into it, why you got into it, and then, we'll go from there. So, go ahead. All yours.
So, it was coming down to my senior year in high school. Didn't really know what I wanted to do. Absolutely hated going to school. So I just figured I always colored my hair and my friend's hair. We were in the emo phase of all black everything. So, some questionable styles there. But yeah, I graduated high school, took a week off, and started cosmetology school right away. Never looked back since then, and it's been fun.
Yeah, I noticed you mentioned you had a couple accolades that you showed us, and when I first looked at it, I had no idea what it was. And when you told me it was cosmetology, I thought it was all makeup. And apparently, cosmetology is a lot of stuff. And I noticed, if you look back. Let's say in today's generation, let's say, I think you kind of have you're pretty good at this area. When you, as a hairstylist, I think you've noticed more men going into the field. Back then, there really wasn't that. There was always women. How do you think it changed, or why did it change? Because I noticed more male barbers doing like really cool haircuts, like really nice fades and haircuts. Can you explain a little bit about that?
Yeah, so cosmetology is basically just studying the art of hair, skin, and nails. So with that, you really have 3 things that you can kind of branch off into. Cosmetology has really grown, and a lot of people are going into more, men's cuts and all that, because the men's hair industry is growing so rapidly because men get their hair cut so much more often than women.
Oh yeah, like every 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, I have people that come in twice a week.
Oh my goodness.
You gotta look fresh.
I gotta look good.
But everyone's kind of noticing like, wow, this is the place to be. Everyone's gonna need a haircut at some point.
Oh yeah.
We can't get replaced by robots.
Oh, better not.
If we do, I fear for people's scalps. Everyone's gonna get beheaded or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, the men's hair industry is growing super fast, and a lot of people are noticing, like, why go to a 4-year college and get into so much debt and then have to struggle to find a job, and you're bagging groceries for how many years after you
5,
graduate?
6, oh yeah.
Where it was like, for me, I graduated cosmetology school, I got a job right away. I started off at one of the franchise salons, and that's pretty much where everyone needs to start. Get some experience. I was working there for the first 6 months. I ended up buying my very first car. And, you don't realize the money and the potential that's out there. And, a lot of people look down on the industry because they're like, oh, you just comb hair for a living.
Yeah,
And it's like, no. When I was in school, I had to learn, the basic anatomy of the human body.
Yep.
You have to work really hard, and 50% of the people that go into beauty school, at least back when I was in school 7 years ago, no, not even 7. It's been 9 years. Holy shit.
Yeah.
It's been 9 years.
It's been a long time, huh?
50% of the class dropped out because it was hard.
That's crazy.
People don't know that.
Oh yeah. Oh, you give me Play-Doh and one of those potato things, when we were kids.
Oh.
I couldn't even do that. That was terrible. That's interesting because I've noticed a lot of people who go in that industry as well. And, as a health major, that's the one thing that we have to know about. We have to know different areas. I know cosmetology is not part of the health clinic part, but it is part of the anatomy system. And I noticed that. But it's amazing to see how the haircuts over generations evolve. I remember when we were little, in around 4th grade or whatever, 5th grade, we had the bowl haircuts.
Oh, the bowl cut.
The mushroom haircuts.
People still ask for that.
And I've still.
Disgusting. I've given some sick mullets. The Patrick Kane mullet.
Oh, hey, yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, now they have the Beckham noodle haircut apparently now, and Patrick Mahomes, the thing shaved on the side basically. It's kind of like, it's like a mohawk.
Kind of like the haircut you got today.
Yeah, basically. Yeah,
Basically.
Mine had a line in it, so I'm very happy about that. So another thing I noticed, you know, is a lot of people don't think when it comes to like finances and money, obviously. A lot of people downplay that area of like, oh, they don't make that much. I don't think so. I know, especially you, and I know some other people who work for different, you know, not just Floyd's, but other hairstyling salons. There's this one place, I think it's in Bolingbrook. It's called Joe Salon, and I talked to the manager, and he was telling me about how the finances work there. Because I was just asking some question like, how do you guys run the place? And he told me exactly what he has to do. So basically, running a business, and I know you were a manager at one point. How does that work? Like, how, you know, not just the money, but like, I know there has to be some sort of structure and foundation to run your own business, basically.
Yeah, I mean, you first and foremost need to have a great team. People that want to come to work and hustle and make a living. You know, there's always that one bad apple that you'll get here and there where it's just like, oh, I'm just here to cut hair and go home. You know, you have to be a people person.
Yeah.
And for me, like, outside of work, I'm an extremely shy person. Like, I will not talk to you unless I've known you for 2 months.
Yeah. Yeah, I know when we met, that was funny. You kind of knew me right away. Like, this kid's just completely harmless.
Wild. But, I mean, you got to really build your own business as well as the brand that you're working for.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And if you're going into it thinking, well, I'm doing this for me and only me, you're not going to build up your clientele.
Right.
I mean, I was at a place for 6 years, and I would see customers' cars pulling up and be like, oh, Steve's here. They'd walk in and be like, oh, you need my name? I'm like, no, I know who you are. And, like, to them, it's just, you know, that much more unique. Like, you don't want to go to some $5 place where they're just slamming them out every 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, you want to have an experience, and you need to build that experience and trust with your customers to even be successful.
Absolutely. Before we end this, I also wanted to ask, what is maybe a topic or something we can talk about in future podcasts, like anything that comes to mind? I came up with a couple of them, but some people didn't like it because they're like, you know, we'll see. But like, basically, like, most likely, like, if your brother was here, it'd be amazing to have a podcast with him. For YouTube and be like, hey,
he'll talk your ear off.
Oh yeah, who's the smarter one? Who did more, like, who's more athletic? Who's the mama's boy or mama's, you know, basically that kind of thing. Mama's favorite, yes. She's wise. And that's one thing that I've been wanting to think about. Do you have any suggestions, anything, any topics?
I mean, even talking about day-to-day stuff or help, you know, podcasts can help people get through tough times.
Oh, yeah.
So even if you talk about hilarious things that happened growing up,
that's true.
You know,
storytelling.
Just don't be boring.
Yeah,
that's all you need.
Right? Okay, I see where you get. Gotcha. All right, y'all. So this will definitely end this podcast. Just want to let everyone know if I post this on any type of social media. Remember to like it, subscribe, obviously hit that notification bell, and remember, y'all. Be cool, stay cool, and live life. Peace.